The Critshow contains elements of horror, fantasy violence, and adult language. Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
Tass, you're ruining parade day.
I ruin every day.
Not just parade day.
Come on.
Oh, rue every day.
Oh, yes, I do that too.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back
hi.
to the Critshow.
Oh, are we on?
Hi, Jake.
We are playing the Clockwinders. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Jake.
Hi.
We're trying to get in
Hi, Jake.
the previous 15 that we missed.
Okay. Do you just want to get them all out at once, or do you just want to torment me over time?
Oh.
I mean, turnabout is fair play. I'm fucking with you, so it's okay if you want to fuck with me. I'm just gonna keep
Hi, Jake.
going. You make your decision. Welcome back to the Critshow, where we are playing the Clockwinders. Last time around, the squad finished up their individual contributions to the longevity of the Clockwinders, and were informed that they are going to be in a parade. Each of them had a new idea for a way to enhance the parade. Tass went looking for, pursued the information to go looking for a band. And by Tass, I of course mean Einon, because
Hi, Jake.
Tass didn't do anything. Maxine went and found a black market fireworks dealer, and Kade went to a schoolhouse and recruited a bunch of children. And that really about covers it. That brings us back to current events. So let's hop back in, having jumped forward a little bit in time to Clock Night, and let's rejoin Einon. Einon, you know that this band has a gig scheduled for tonight. You know where it is. And do you want to name the band, or do you want me to name the band?
Yeah, I know their name.
Hit me.
They are Sun's Edging.
No.
They are
Veto.
Ether Beaver.
Okay. I had to think on it for a second.
Like Eager Beaver.
I got,
but
yeah.
The ether's in the world.
Yeah.
You can come up with it.
You did it.
All right.
It's Ether Beaver.
Okay.
So you know where Ether Beaver is performing this evening, and you know the frontman is named Ayan Anand. What is your approach here? What are you doing?
I think just wherever this venue is, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna enjoy the show, watch, have a few drinks, and wait for it to wrap up before I go try to speak with them.
Okay. You have no problem getting into the venue. It's not like it's locked down or anything. It is a little tavern. They are playing on a very slightly elevated stage that is in one corner of the tavern. It's just kind of one big room here. You grab a seat. You enjoy the show. Or maybe, I don't know, is music Einon's thing?
I think Einon enjoys a good show.
Is Einon receptive to music unlike anything he's ever heard before?
Absolutely.
Breaking the mold.
Yes.
Okay. Then yeah, I think you fucking love the show.
Okay.
Because it's mind-blowing.
Oh, I have no doubt.
And at the end of it, Ayan yells out, "We are Ether Beaver, thank you everyone, good night!" And everyone's like, woo!
Woo!
And they disembark from the stage and head through a door into a back room or a green room or something.
I think I would, I don't know, speak with are they big enough to have security or something, or roadies or someone out there working for them in some capacity?
I don't know if it's a question of are they big enough to need security or merit security, but there is a security guy.
Outstanding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go up and give the guy a smile, offer a hand to shake.
Holds out a hand in front of you. Stop right there. Nobody's going back here.
Oh, yes. No, of course. I'm here on behalf of the Clockwinders. I was hoping to get some information on how I might possibly be able to book the band.
He's like, the Clockwinders? Psst, lame.
I know, right? It is kind of a rough situation, but we're looking to fix that. We actually have quite a spectacular parade upcoming that we thought they might be interested in.
Is it a paid gig?
Absolutely.
All right, well, they might be interested in hearing you out then. Hold on a second. And he goes through the door and shuts it behind him.
All right.
You hear a little bit of chatter, and then the door opens, and you see him kind of step to the side and gesture you in.
I'll follow him in.
All right. You head into a green room here. The band is all sort of spread out, kicking it, relaxing after the show, cleaning up. And Einon specifically looks in your direction. Oh, so you're trying to book us for a gig, eh?
Yes, in fact, I am. Einon, was it?
Yeah.
Spectacular. I could listen to your voice all day, all night.
Well, that would put you with everybody else on the world.
You're damn right.
What's your name, mate?
Einon Kerning, a pleasure, and I'll offer a hand to shake.
He holds out a hand and shakes.
I'll say I've heard of you all, of course, and I've never got to see you live until tonight, and you more than fit the hype.
Well, that's very kind of you to say, mate. So, what sort of gig is this? I'm told that you're with the Clockwinders, and there's kind of a snicker that goes around the room.
I nod. Yes, I know, as sort of silly as it sounds, we're actually planning something fairly unique, I'd say, aside from, of course, fair payment. I hope you'd be intrigued by doing sort of a moving show.
As far as I'm concerned, every show we do is moving, mate.
Ah, very good. Very good. Yes, we're planning a parade day after tomorrow.
Yeah, he kind of like looks at his bandmates, and they all kind of exchange a look of like, interesting. All right, a parade, that sounds interesting. And we're the main event?
Yes, more or less. We're going to have a float sort of highlighting the Clockwinders and what we do, and functionally we would rely on you for, making it fun. I'm led to believe there will be fireworks involved.
The band collectively lets out a little ooh. All right, Tass, why don't you roll to overcome with rapport? And I think we're trying to beat a 2. I think this is fair difficulty based on how you are stroking this guy's ego.
Okay. Well, I got a flat 0.
Well, that is less than a 2.
Yeah, and I don't think I have anything I can invoke here. Shit.
I don't actually have any thoughts on this one. I don't have any ideas of what I would accept.
Okay, so you can spend a fate point to invoke other people's aspects, right?
Yes.
Could you invoke my leave it to the professionals, since you referenced, we're getting fireworks set up? Is this, not only is there a parade about us, but we are the ones putting it together, so it's going to be done right?
Is that what you want to do?
I like that, absolutely.
I could see that. Are you invoking it for a reroll or for a +2?
A +2 would get me to my goal. A reroll might go terribly.
Yeah, I don't know how bad the roll was, so I don't know if there's anywhere to go but up.
I could technically do one lower, or the same, or one higher. That would still not get me there.
That's true.
But if the +2 will get me...
It'll get you to the tie, so you'll get what you want with a minor cost, or you get a lesser version of it.
God, part of me wants to chance it so bad, because I have a +3. I just rolled a -3.
These are the situations that keep us up.
Let's go for it.
Okay.
Follow your heart.
Yeah, I'm going to go for it. Full reroll.
All right, spend your fate point, reroll them dice, reroll them bones. Satisfying fully on the spent fate point. I don't know if that picked up, but a good shunk of it being removed from its sheath.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Thank God. That is now a 4.
Okay.
That's way better.
It is way better.
That's like 7 better.
Yeah.
That is a success, not with style, but a success nonetheless. So Einon nods and kind of nods at his bandmates, who nod in return. Just lots of nodding going on all around the room. He says, "Yeah, all right. You got yourself a deal. We'll play your show."
It truly means a lot. May I sit with you for a moment?
Sure.
I don't want this to sound like, Einon's trying to rise to their just kind of level of almost ridiculousness in a way.
Coolness.
Yeah, that too. But I mean, I think he's very genuinely trying to bring it down for a moment. Just bring the excitement down, so to speak, not not make it depressing.
Yeah, Einon's a downer. I got it.
right. But no, I think that I just kind of take them in for a moment. As odd as it sounds, we really are trying to make a big change here. I know most everyone has heard the stories of the potential of the world starting to turn again and all of the things that might happen if that were true, but it is true. We're in a very dangerous time, and a time where we need inspiration. So artists like you have a chance to make a real difference and add excitement to something that might otherwise not be. So I just hope that you keep that in mind, that maybe aside from the pride you must already carry with the skill that you employ on stage, that maybe this will be a historic day for this entire planet.
You look around and they are all hanging on your every word. They're all like, the one that was like lounging on the couch is now like sitting up and leaning forward to be closer to you. And Eion's got sort of like a cool guy sneer, and he nods. And he's like, right on, mate. We'll make history.
I have no doubt. Now that we've spoken on this, I'd like you to look this over. And I pull out my notebook, and I've got some lyrics about a Clockwinders like song. Like, if this works out as something that you think you could do something with, that might be lovely to throw in your set.
Yeah, he takes it from you and he starts looking it over. And like, I feel like I need you to roll something.
Yeah, definitely roll to see if it's good.
You either have to roll something or you got to break us off the lyrics.
I'll roll it, please.
Oh, I feel like this is a crafts roll. Overcome with crafts.
Crafts?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh,
Oh,
how difficult do we think this is? I wish that I could just be like, roll it, and depending on how good the roll is, that will inform how good the lyrics are. But I got to give you a target.
Oh, no.
I feel like Jake is not the person to determine how difficult this is, because it's so much easier for him to write lyrics than it is like me.
I'm going to say a 3.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
you're trying to beat a good difficulty at
That's
least.
what I would assume.
Wow.
To
Good.
write lyrics for a good song.
All right.
Yeah, I got. Hey, great point. Do you want it to be a good song? Do you want it to be a great song? Do you want it to be a superb song?
Or just average?
A
or
fair song?
Yeah.
A good song.
Yeah, okay, 3.
Mediocre.
Shit.
Hi, Jake.
An epic.
Do I need to get out like a Post-it so we can track our
I'm
like
tracking
15?
mine,
Oh,
yeah.
good.
I'm tracking my individual ones.
1.
You got anything you want to invoke?
I'm an adventuring scholar. I've heard lots of good music as I've been adventuring out in these other communities. I've heard folk music, different cultured music.
Oh yeah,
I've
we go. One of those long explanations. One of those long-winded explanations to try and buy me over.
I've also heard their set, so I know their style, so I would have been able to adjust a little bit.
Did you just write this during their show?
Yeah, totally.
Like from the start?
Yeah.
I hate your attitude right now.
What kind of music do they play?
You know, there's not really a word for it.
You can't really define.
Like, are they all just lead vocalists or?
Acapella.
They're just a barbershop quartet with a real rock and roll attitude. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's any like amplified instruments.
Yeah.
Not because it's beyond the technological prowess of the society, but it seems like it'd be a dumb thing to use ether on.
Yeah. So like a sitar and
Yeah, they're just
or
playing.
hurdy-gurdy.
They're just loudly playing stringed instruments and woodwinds.
Nice.
But it's got rock and roll vibes.
Yeah.
It's a weird pseudo rock and roll.
I love it.
No, actually, I think it's amplified instruments. I think they're just a rock band, straight up. They sound like the Guitar Hero menu music.
And you discover as you're talking to them that the security guard, quote unquote, is actually the bassist.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You didn't notice. He walked down off the stage with all the rest of them, but he just kind of did a loop and put on sunglasses and then stood in front of the door.
Well, I hope that very excellent explanation of my aspect.
Yeah.
All right.
So just spend your point, and are you taking the +2?
Yeah, I'll take the +2.
All right, that's going to tie you again.
All right, I'll take it.
So I think you can get what you want at a minor cost on this one. I think he's kind of like reading it, and it starts with like, you know, like a snicker, and then kind of like gets into it, and then you see like his head kind of bobbing, like he's like mouthing along, like he's trying to figure it out. And he's like, looks up at you. Oh, this ain't bad.
Oh, my goodness. Thank you.
I'll tell you what, you hand this off to me. I'll touch it up. Maybe we could play this at the parade. I'm not sure we'll have it done then, but hey, I want the primary writing credit on it.
It's all yours entirely.
He's like, yeah, sick.
It is. It is sick.
All right, We'll put together our set list. We'll see you at the parade.
It is a true honor. And I shake all their hands again.
They're all wet.
Oh.
They're
Why?
Because they're sweaty. They've been rocking out on stage. A bunch of wet, calloused handshakes. And the bassist sees you out.
With little enthusiasm.
Yeah. So cardboard robots, fireworks, and a traveling rock band.
Hell yes.
Hell yes.
This would be the best parade I've ever gone to. All right. So we'll fast forward. Assuming, does anybody else desperately want to do something with the second day? I gave you the 2 days in case anybody had a 2-day plan, but you all kind of nailed your shit in a day.
Oh, I want to go get candy.
Okay. That I don't think merits a roll or anything. You can go fetch
No,
some
I
candy.
know a guy.
Right back to Grayson. This candy will explode.
Illegal candy.
Yeah, I think my second day is just a crafts day at the school.
That's nice.
Yeah, I'd just help with whatever I could with the float. I'm sure it's just more manual labor, unskilled, like whatever they need an extra hand with.
Yeah, I think part of it is like you're helping Hector. He's got some of like the mechanisms that the Clockwinders have utilized, and he just needs help fucking lifting them and moving them.
Yep.
All right, so we fast forward through that following day and to the dawn of the final day, the dawn of the parade. I was going to say you all like get up with the sunrise, but again, not a fucking thing. You get up at clock dawn and head down to meet up with Chief Forbin. She nods at you all. Everybody ready to go?
Yes. Yep. I'm not nervous.
Good.
Uh-huh. I'm not nervous. Nobody's nervous here, right?
Beep, boop, bop, beep, boop, bop. And I'm in my robot costume.
Chief Forbin snaps finger guns at you. Love that energy.
What in the world could we possibly be nervous about?
Well, just like, not everybody understands what we're doing, and they might not think that this is a good use of our time. People already think like, oh, Clockwinders are just not doing what they're supposed to be doing, going to the movement corps, and then they see us having a parade, and, maybe they might think that that's bad.
Just throw candy and dance to the music. I told one person already that we fixed 2. They were super impressed.
Oh, right. Okay. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Kade. Between the candy and the fireworks and the robots, yes, that is what Clockwinders are about.
Those are our 3 core
At
tenets.
least that's what we're trying to get the town to believe.
Chief Forbin nods. She says, all right, so the procession's going to start from up here at the Dawn Palace, and we're going to kind of work our way down and into the city. There's a designated spot where we'll hold up, and whoever wants to address the crowd, if you guys already picked amongst yourselves who's going to give the speech.
Oh. I have a few things I wouldn't mind saying, but I would concede that to either of you as, a little more specifically involved with the winding of clocks.
Well, if you have something you'd like to say, maybe you could take the lead, and if we have anything to add, we could just kind of jump up there with you. After all, we are a team.
Yes.
Chief Forbin nods, says, perfect. Teamwork. 4th core tenet of the Clockwinders.
And it is 4th. It does come after
Candy.
robots, candy, fireworks.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, fireworks, candy, robots. What was the last one?
Candy robots?
Grains, I think.
What was the last one?
Dairy.
Yes. I think it's grains, dairy, and then
Yeah.
vegetables.
Candy is at the top.
Yeah, yes.
Cade takes his
Teamwork. That's
his
what it
helmet
was.
off. It's hot in there. Chief Forbin, I think you should also say something because, we're going to be gone, and you're the face of the Clockwinders.
She shakes her head. Nope, I'm an NPC. She kind of weighs that, and she says, all right, I'll think about it.
At the very least, you should introduce us.
Yeah, and maybe announce that we've already fixed 2 of the 6. That could be a big, people are like, oh, shit.
Okay. Yeah, I can sort of MC this thing, I guess. She looks doubting of herself immediately.
You want a robot costume?
Yes, but for separate reasons.
We'll talk later.
Go on.
Anyway, once we finish our address, we'll loop back around, proceed back up here. I think once we get clear of the main drag and kind of on the road back up to the palace, we'll be able to drop a lot of the fanfare. So, okay, here we go. I guess let's usher in a new era of the Clockwinders.
Oh, this is so exciting.
She leaves you all to walk towards like the front of the procession to chat with some of the greenhorns who are up there, like just running things, doing the minutia to get this operational. Where are you all positioned in this procession, do you think?
What is the float again exactly?
There are multiple floats. There are like platforms for people just to stand on. One of them's got a bunch of children dancing.
Did each division of the Clockwinders present a float?
Yeah, there will be a vote at the end for whose was the best, and they get a Starbucks gift card. There's one that's got like actual equipment that Hector loaded up on here that he can kind of fuck with to make it look cool or do cool shit. There is a like a paper mache 3-dimensional like the Clockwinder emblem, the sigil.
Nice.
What do you want to be in here?
I just had a memory unlocked.
Uh-oh.
In 5th grade, our homecoming parade, like each class or each grade would do like something in the parade, and usually it was like we didn't have floats, it was just somebody's cars. So decorate somebody's car. But I remember like we decorated my teacher's car, like painted it on the windows and stuff, and then a handful of us just rode on the top of his car as he drove through the town. And when he got in, his door closed on my fingers, and I was embarrassed, and I didn't want anyone to know that happened, so I just kind of like tried to pull my fingers out of the door.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Good Lord.
Did you just silently cry throughout the whole parade?
Yes, I did.
Oh no.
And then I remember like leaning over and being like, "Can you open your door?" And he's like, "Oh," and like pulled it out, and I was like, "I hope my finger's not broken." It wasn't. It was fine. But man, that's wild that we just like climbed on top of our teacher's like sedan.
Yeah. I mean, if we're looking for like a silver lining here, you were the closest thing to buckled of any of those kids. So you were probably the safest.
Held on by a tiny finger.
You'd fall off the top and just being like dragged along,
Drugged by your pinky.
ragdolled.
Safer than any other child.
Anyway, what do you guys want in the parade? Other than like actual places to stand. Those exist.
I mean, I assume because of the deal that I made with the kids that Smee is pulling that float and that the science teacher is on Smee's back and then I'm on the float with the other robots.
I love that started with, well, I assume. Well, if we're following the logic.
Well, because didn't they say I had to be in the middle of them?
Yeah, they wanted you dancing in the middle of them.
Yeah.
All right. Where do we think that is? Is that at the front, or is that like, doesn't have to be precise, but like frontish, middle-ish, end?
Probably frontish.
All right.
That way, like, keep the kids a little bit distance away from the rockers.
Okay.
Protect the children from the music.
More so the fireworks than anything. We're all wearing cardboard boxes.
I think that there's a float that is set up to look like a bunch of like a little fake mountain side, like just some rocky area, and then some like cardboard high grass. And we have a couple people like dressed up in like whatever this world's truly actual mythical creatures are, like things that don't really exist. Whatever that might be from storybooks. Like, I don't know what that might be. Unicorns. I don't know. Is that something that's come over? Whatever it is. And I'm in like my most obvious like hunting gear, like over the top a little bit. And I'm just chasing around the animals like over this little landscape.
And I'm just killing them.
just hunting
Slitting
unicorns.
throats left and right.
Like a fucking Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
You're just popping up out of the tall grass, slitting a throat, dragging it back with you.
Tossing it off the back of the float.
He's got one of the green Clockwinders dressed as a crocodile.
But yeah, just like with that idea, it really making it silly of like them chasing me chasing them, and just to give that aspect of we go adventuring.
Yeah, Yakety Sax is playing.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what the band has been forced to play.
That's what I wrote for them.
Okay.
They're like, this is good. I want the writing credit. I don't think I'm on the float.
Or in the parade. I think I hung back on this one, actually.
I think I am kind of like at the back of the parade, and I'm just tossing out handfuls of candy, but also like when I was in the records room and putting down all the notes, I also made like pamphlets, support the Clockwinders, and like, this is what we're doing. And very, very simple, like, here's some information about what this is and why you should be excited about it. And so I'm just like running up to the lines of the street and like just handing out paper and then tossing candy to the other side and then running back and forth and just really like connecting with the people.
All right. Your procession sets off down the road from the Dawn Palace and towards the heart of town. It is fairly early in the day, but it is like...
I want to throw one thing out there. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, go.
The kids in that class that actually had like an aptitude towards science, I think they're dressed as clockwinders and they're working on all of the dancing robots.
Okay.
Nice.
Sick. And the better science they do, the better the robot dances.
Yes, that's how science works.
Yep. Okay, I love that. Perfect. So you start to progress down into town. It is like rush hour, basically. Like everybody who's got a place to get to is out right now.
Oh, what terrible timing for a parade.
Well, it's perfect for getting all eyes on you.
Oh, that's true. Can you imagine being in rush hour around on 465 and there's a parade? I'd be so mad.
I'd be like, I don't know what this parade is for, but I'm immediately against it.
It's sort of, but consider that like nobody's in a vehicle. It's like if you were like walking to class on a campus.
Yeah, okay.
And there was a parade. Like you could get past. You'd go around it. And you've got a great excuse now to just not go. hey, I don't need to go do the thing I was going to do. There's a parade in my way.
There's a parade.
Couldn't get there.
So there are plenty of people out and about. The band is playing loudly. They are fucking rocking out. The kids are all having a blast. They're dancing around. Maxine's throwing candy and pamphlets at everybody. And attention naturally starts to gravitate towards you all pretty quickly. This was also like, this was sanctioned. This was something that Chief Forbin worked out. So there are like city guard who have kind of cleared a lane for you all to head through. People knew something was going to be up. So there is a bit of a crowd already gathered. And you make your way like halfway down this drag, about to that square Einon that you went and found Everett in. And the reception has been pretty positive. Like people are cheering. People are hooting and hollering. They seem excited. They seem excited about the music. People are dancing. And the procession starts to kind of wrap around the fountain, and that is where it posts up for you all to kind of deliver an address. Some of the crowd that had been earlier in the route has followed along, gathering around the fountain. There's a pretty big crowd out around you all, grouping up to hear what you have to say. And Chief Forbin steps forward, and she says, "Ads!" Hello, everyone. I am Chief Custodian Elaine Forbin of the Clockwinders. Some of you may be familiar with me, but I'm sure that all of you are familiar with our organization. And I have to imagine that not all of that familiarity is of a positive nature. And there's like a little murmur through the crowd. And she says, but we're making changes. We're growing. We're improving. We want to serve you all. And we're out here today to try to demonstrate that. I have here our 3 star agents. And she gestures to the 3 of you, one of whom is in a cardboard robot costume. She says, these 3 are responsible for the repair and reactivation of 2 of the movement cores. And like, she kind of lets those words hang, and there's like a excited murmur through the crowd. And then a smaller, confused murmur from people who don't really know what that means or what the gravity of it is. It's more progress than we've made in generations, and it's progress that we intend to continue. But I'd like to let them tell you about it themselves. Folks, please give it up for Maxine Hollis, Einon Kerning, and Arkady Atwater. And she steps aside and claps, as does the rest of the crowd.
I'll step up. And of course, give it up for our incomparable leader, Chief Forbin.
Yeah, the crowd claps some more. She just kind of gives a small nod of acknowledgement.
And of course, for Ether Beaver for joining us today.
The crowd loses their fucking minds.
That has to be the next shirt we design.
Thank you. And I give them a wave and a bow as the band is off to the side.
Einon throws up the horns.
I return it. Chief Forbin spoke about the past generations of the Clockwinders. But we are here to talk about the future generations. Not just of the Clockwinders, but of this entire world. We're here to talk to you, fair citizens of Sun's Edge, denizens of Cadvini. Just as she said, many of you know what the Clockwinders are, but not necessarily what they were. Now it is a home for misfits, those of us with nowhere else to go, even criminals. All of us have found a purpose, meaning, training, friendship. But I don't think most of you understand why. We found all this because we have a united task, a common goal. I'm not here to scare any of you, but the rumors are true. This world has the potential to spin again, to turn into oblivion. And while that day is very far off, that could mean the ruin of our future generations. And we mean to put a stop to that. We have fixed 2 of the 6 cores, but fixing them is only a small goal. It is 1 grain of sand in the hourglass. Maintaining them, understanding them, finding their deeper secrets, that is what the Clockwinders was, and that is what it will continue to be. Any of you that are curious about the world, any of you that are curious about learning, not just about technology, engineering, ether, and the secrets therein, but about yourself and what you can do with your life. We would love to meet you. We would love to have you. And I'm sure that your children and their children after that will be grateful for all of the work that you put into this. I put a hand on Maxine and Kade's shoulders. In the last few weeks alone, I have been inspired by specialists like these. I've seen the miracles that they've worked. So I declare that today is the first day of the new Clockwinders. Today is the day that I fill my heart with hope that some of you, faces in this crowd right now, will also display miracles within our organization. And I step back.
There is a moment of quiet before you hear somebody start to clap, and then another, and people join in. People start to cheer. People seem to celebrate your words. They seem moved and excited. And Chief Forbin walks over and claps a hand on your back, like a job well done. But among the cheering and celebrating and clapping, you do hear a booing start to kind of pierce through it. You shouldn't be able to hear it over the din, but you can. You hear somebody just boo, boo. And a moment later, you hear another one somewhere else in the crowd. And a moment later, another one somewhere else in the crowd. And the people cheering start to scale it back, worried that they're in the wrong.
I will take off my robot helmet.
He's a phony!
Listen, we understand your apprehension. We're not here to convince you that the history of the Clockwinders or everything they've done has been great. Anyone here who knows the history, they've put themselves up on pedestals and they've made joining a punishment for crime. Like he said, this is a new start. The Clockwinders aren't these lofty scholars, and they're not criminals trying to find a way out of a prison sentence. It's people like you and me, people who just want to make sure that the world is safe so that we can go on living our lives. The only way this works is with everyday people, and your boos are heard and they're understood. We hope to change your mind.
You hear one of those booing figures out in the crowd yell out, "If the Clockwinders hadn't abandoned their station, the world wouldn't be in jeopardy in the first place." And you hear another one somewhere else, "You bullies have run rampant over the entire planet for decades."
I push forward past Kade up to the front. It's not like they all just abandoned their posts. This is a very difficult job. You have no idea what we've done. We had to fight and go underwater and chase crickets and fight a ghost. Just getting very flustered and upset.
Some additional boos spring up through the crowd. And actually one of these individuals, somebody closer to the front, pushes forward. You can see that it's a slightly older guy, and he's just red in the face with anger. "You think you all can change what you are just because you declare it? You've all been liars and failures for longer than I've been alive, and I don't think that's going to change today." And he starts to just rush toward the float that you all are standing on.
Whoa. I jump off the float. I'm getting between everyone else and him.
All right. I think we are stepping into a conflict here, and this guy started it, so I think he gets to go first.
Yeah.
So he is going to make an attack against you with fight, and he gets a 1. Do you want to defend?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, what do you defend him with?
Athletics, I think. I think if he's coming in like to whatever, tackle me, punch me, whatever it is, I'm just trying to like get my arms around him. I'm trying to stop him from swinging.
Okay.
4.
All right, you defend and you gain a boost.
Okay.
That would put you next in the order.
I'm just going to try to put him on the ground. Like, again, I don't want to hurt him. I just want to get his legs out from under him and pin him down.
Okay. I think this is still going to be a roll to attack. You're just trying to put a condition on him.
Okay.
What do you think you're rolling with?
Probably fight.
Okay. He's going to try to defend.
Okay. I got a 5.
He got a 1.
All right.
So I'm going to give him the condition pinned. You managed to sort of effortlessly put him on the ground and hold him in place.
Sir, listen. I understand whatever they used to be, they are no longer. I hate to say it, but the Clockwinders have fallen apart. They are a shell of what they used to be, and we mean to fix it. We are not here to bully you or anyone else. We're here to help.
Tass, give me an overcome roll with notice.
Okay. That's a 4.
You notice a couple of things. One, out of your peripheral vision, you see other figures moving forward out of this crowd quickly and with hostility. Some of those other people that seem to be booing, they are, like this man, rushing forward. And 2, as you restrain him, as you are talking to him, he's thrashing, he's fighting back against you. He turns his head to look at you, and you see the green tinge of ether behind his eyes. And I think that is where we will leave it off this time round. So thank you all for joining us for another episode. If you are interested in more information about the Fate system or the Clockwinders setting, you can find that information in the show notes. If you want to see anything else that we've done or listen to or read, etc., check out our Patreon, patreon.com/thecritshow. If you become a patron, you can get your name read at the end of an episode, just like Carl E. Dwayne. Thank you very much.
Hi, Jake.
And you can also join the most aggressively welcoming Discord on the planet.
Absolutely true. At the basis level.
Yeah. You know what? I was thinking about this. I didn't want to interrupt the flow of the episode, and I feel like it's been a long time since I've thrown something like this out there. I think that maybe the first 2 or 3 people, if you send us the song, like the lyrics, the music, whatever, that Ether Beaver is playing, I will send you some goodies. Somebody let us know what Ether Beaver was blasting during this parade.
Perfect. Yeah, get in on that. Fun little improv contest. Thank you, everybody, for listening, as always. Tune in next time for another episode of The Crit Show. And everyone around this table, tell them bid them, end it.
Bye-bye.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
The Crit Show is a Critshow Studios production, edited and produced by Brandon Wentz, with music by Jake Purley. You can find more information about us at thecritshowpodcast.com. To keep up to date with upcoming live shows, contests, and other special events, follow us at The Crit Show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. For even more weekly content, join us at patreon.com/thecritshow.